Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Gray, and if you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by, and for those that are reoccurring, I hope you're doing well. And today we're just doing a quick wrap up of what I read in February. Again, unfortunately it was very much like March. I do feel more accomplished this month, and as a quick kind of recap, I have started a new job and I'm kind of learning how to balance reading and travel and my work pattern, along with my fiance's pattern as well, because we a few times have ended up working a week or two even in a row in different shift patterns. So it's just kind of balancing everything there. And we'll also be doing what I plan on reading this month along with TBR. And I will also briefly be kind of sharing my ideas of what I think I'll be taking on holiday with me. That may change, but we'll find out as we go through the month. So let's jump into the books that I have read. The first book here would be Neil Gaiman, American Gods. Now this took me probably about 2 to 3 weeks to read. It was super easy to read, but I did start, oh wait, no. That's a lie. That is a complete lie. I actually read this before I started work, so it would have taken me probably 2 weeks to get through, maybe a week and a half. I honestly didn't really track it very well, but yeah, absolutely loved this. I have bought another Neil Gaiman book, which if you've seen my book haul from last week, you'll see that down below. I'll tag it for you. But yeah, I bought another Neil Gaiman. That's how much I enjoyed his writing, and I'm really hoping that it's consistent and it's easy to read throughout all his books. Yeah, but American Gods, now I had watched a few of the episodes before when it's on Amazon, when it first came out with my fiance. It's one of those things that I caught from the corner of my eye and just kind of listened to. But really happy that I grabbed it. The book is a lot better than the series. I can see where things were very similar and how things were different. But I really enjoyed the main character, Shadow. He had his flaws, he had his perks. And the kind of different tracks of storylines were really interesting. I would really love a book on his wife's side of things, because I think it was his wife Laurel or something like that. It'd be really interesting to kind of know what she was doing. I don't know if that's actually a thing, but I'd be quite interested to see the spin-off stories about this, where he ends up, who he ends up kind of interacting with, and even maybe not just American Gods, but other countries. And I really do like as well how the author addresses the fact that he was very skeptical about the book, and he started it in the early 2000s and had finally finished it, and for it to come out. Yeah, so love the book. Absolutely massive. One of the bigger books that I've read in a very long time, but really happy I did, and I definitely see myself reading this again in the future. Yeah, and then the next book that I read, so this book I read probably a few days before I started my new job, and then I finished it 2 weeks in. I've been at my new job when this video comes out, just over a month, by literally 2 or 3 days. Yeah, so this is The First 15 Lives of Harry August by Claire North. Now, I've read this book before, but it was kind of one of those revelations halfway through where I was like, did I actually read this book? Because I don't remember the ending at all. And it feels like a whole different book, which is why it's always great to go back through books that maybe you were like meh about, giving them another shot. I don't know, I can't say that I was immature when I read the book the first time. It's not like I read it as a teenager and left it alone for years. I bought it 2 years ago maximum and read it when I bought it. It was my first airport book. Yeah, absolutely love it. It's historical, government conspiracy, reincarnation, rebirth, Groundhog's Day kind of vibes. So basically you have Harry August. He is born again multiple times and he lives the exact same life, and it's how he goes through certain stages of basically grief, and how each life is different. It touches on each life differently as well, on what he did in each one, the relationship he has with just everyone, with his family, his colleagues, his peers, romantic interests, wives, lovers, the generation above him that are just like him, who aren't like him, and the people who come before him, and the people he interacts with at the same time. And each life is different. Like, he definitely learns his lessons, and I find it very rewarding just to kind of read it and know that each life will have a different outcome. It's quite interesting, and of course he is different to the others of his kind, and that is kind of a main part of the story on how that benefits, but at the same time how it doesn't benefit him. So I really do recommend this book. It's a great read, especially if you're looking to step away from fantasy into fiction. I think it's quite a good kind of transition book. Yeah, so highly recommend this. And then this book I literally just finished when I'm filming this. I finished it today. Today is the 4th of March. Yeah, nearly the 5th, because I'm filming this close to midnight. But yeah, my first classical book, Little Women, if you can read that. Oh God. Yeah, Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. I'm really happy that it's the first book that I read out of the classical books that my fiance collected for me. The Little Women is quite interesting read. Very slow in some parts, and other parts were page turners, which I have a feeling is going to be very common amongst these classical stories. Yeah, and it's actually to the point where I finished it and I've jumped on to watch Netflix's movie Little Women, which I'm not enjoying too much. I don't think it's the best portrayal it could have been of the book, but then I'm not a Die Hard fan and I don't know what the Die Hard fans think, so don't come at me. But yeah, really happy I read this. I definitely do want to get the next 2 books, which are follow Jo's life, because it's based on one of the sisters, Jo. And I like as well how it's not the oldest sister, it's not the youngest sister, it's one of the ones in the middle that they choose to follow, but at the same time they cover all the lives. It has its love, its comedy, its tragedy. Really like how well written it was, and I also like how they kind of pulled the tragedy that happened inside out. It didn't happen at the event where you expected it to. It gave you false hope and then kicked you in the balls, and took away a very, very loving character. But I do like how it did that. If anyone's interested in hearing maybe a deep dive or just a more in-depth review, let me know. I'm more than happy to. Now then, going into March. I haven't really decided what I'm going to be reading just yet. Now, when this has come out, I'm probably already reading a story. I'm thinking maybe I'll try I'm Glad My Mum Died, because it's a biography. I've been looking for it and it took me a while in the bookshop to find it. I actually had to go up and ask someone, which I don't really do that often, but this is for books. They were like, oh yeah, it's over here, checked biographies. No, checked kind of theatre, drama, TV, no. And then we finally found it downstairs on New Biographies because it's hard cover. There we go, a little bit of ASMR for you. Yeah, so I'm thinking might start this tomorrow, give myself a little bit to chill before I start reading, but then I'm traveling to work by myself without my fiance, so maybe I'll start this on the bus. We will see. And I am also thinking Forever Friends by Sarah Mackenzie. Feels like it'd be a nice light read, maybe a very light-hearted, and it looks very sunny. So I'm thinking of taking that to Spain. Yeah, so I'm thinking that I'll probably pick a book from my classical books, but I don't want to open it and have a look at the moment. I'll probably see how I feel too, if I want to go for maybe a Frankenstein, maybe Pride and Prejudice. What else do I have in there? Yeah, I can't remember, and I don't really want to look because I just want to, when I get to it, I want to be able to pick it up, read it, and be like, oh, that's the book I'm reading now. But I do have TBR. Let me pick the book that I'm going to be reading out my TBR. Now, as a reminder, if you are new here, this has a mixture of books that I have never read. None of the new books that I've bought from a book haul, so from last week's video or the 2 that I pulled in January, but this is also books that I have read. So it's just kind of a fun little thing to see if I'm interested. So I have something. Let's see what I pulled. So this is, oh no. Okay, this is, I don't even know how to say this. I think it's The Rich Device. It's one of my fiancés. Can you? There we go, The Rich Device. Sorry about my handwriting. So let me quickly. Okay, here you go. So it's The Rich Device by Richard D. Handy. There you go. Honestly, no idea what this is about. Oh god, it's got equations on the front cover. When knowledge is the ultimate weapon, spies and assassins decide the fate of humanity. Okay, this could be kind of Harry August vibes. Now, when I told my fiance that I had added this as well to the TBR, she did say she wasn't sure if this was for me. And I do trust her opinion of what I like and what I won't. So I'm just gonna pop this into my little Dragon Cove. Yeah. So let me read the blurb to you. I have no idea what this is about. Leipzig, May 1933. Professor Mustave Meyer makes a monumental discovery, but a new menace rises in Germany. Meyer is hunted by ruthless killers from the newly formed SS, but who is the Grey Man, assassin or predator? A trail of espionage leads from Berlin to New York, Cairo, and then to London. What are German spies doing in South Africa? What does this have to do with big American corporations? A showdown in the swamp forests of Zululand gives Germany the upper hand. But the game is not over until the last man is standing. Assassins on both sides have men to kill. And the little kind of thing that, you know, how people leave reviews on the cover itself, it says it's a rollicking spy thriller that pivots around intellectuals and ideas, driven by terrifically paced and visceral. I'll put that word just here. Action. It is a compelling and stylish read, handy in a formidable, capable action writer. I don't know. I'm gonna be optimistic. It's not gonna be my first read. My first read is gonna be something that I enjoy, and I think that's gonna be the documentary. This might be my second read. I might try and bash this out before my holiday. I do not want to take it on holiday with me. It might be after my holiday, but but I will get that read this month. So that's at least 3 books that I've earmarked for this month. I'll probably just pick things as I go along. I am due to buy another book when I'm at the airport. But yeah, if you have read any of those books, let me know. If you've read The Rich Device, let me know if I should read it or if it's not too bad. Wish me luck. And yeah, the next video you should see from me will be kind of a day in the life pack with me. This is what I take with me on holiday, and then on my return, now I do leave on a Friday, so it will be released when I'm on a holiday, and then I will do my best. I come back on either a Friday or Saturday, and I'll do my best to have everything edited and out on Monday. If not, it'll be a Tuesday. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching this video. Please do leave a comment, interact down below. Love hearing from you guys, and also like and subscribe. Really does help with the channel growth. Even if, you know, if you're already subscribed or you don't subscribe, a like is always welcome. Okay, thank you so much, and I hope you guys have a great week. Bye.